guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So as the title always reveals, we are doing another upcycle today. The upcycle will be 3 bags, a t-shirt, and jeans to skirt. So the t-shirt that I'm doing is like my favorite way to upcycle a t-shirt. So there will be styling at the very end. And yeah, let's get right into this video. Alright, so I'm going to see, on the first one we're going to do is something similar to this. I have some scrap, all out of scraps though, so it won't be exactly the same. But you're first going to need a template for this drawstring, and it's 12 by 28 template, just one piece of fabric all together. I have some of these scrap pant legs from some of my other DIY upcycles, and I'm just gonna open them up and make them one. Okay, and I'm gonna stitch this down, and then I'm gonna cut out the pattern piece. So I cut the pattern piece on all edges. You want to turn it in 1/4 of an inch, and then another 1/4 of an inch. Sew it down, and then you want to sew down here. You want to sew close to the edge right here on both sides. So I decided to take this little piece and maybe like stitch it down right here. I don't know if that's gonna look good or not. Now from where the casing ends all the way down, I'm gonna stitch the sides together, but make sure you leave the casing flaps open. So I'm gonna take this chain and feed it through, but you can take chain, ribbon, rope, whatever you want to use to feed it through. So as you see, I got it through the one side, and then I'm taking that same chain and feeding it back through on the other side. Okay, in my next one, I want to incorporate the black denim that I had, the extra denim that I had from my last collection. I want to incorporate this, and the leftover, I want to incorporate this. So, I was thinking about just taking this and tracing it. You can make it bigger, maybe going out a little more, maybe make it a little more dramatic, but using this as a template and then going from there. So I think I want to start like with the denim down here. This part like top, and maybe this going right there. So that, and that. So I'm gonna make it all one piece, patchwork them together. I have some tracing paper, and I'm gonna trace out. Okay, now I want to sew all these together and make sure it still matches the template, and then we can start sewing up the bag. So I sewed the denim to the patent leather and gave the patent leather a top stitch. That made it look really nice. So now they're done. We're going to sew right sides together and pull down the casing the same 1/4 inch at the top. I should have serged that knit, but I didn't. I'll probably take it apart and serge it. Now you want to turn it right side out and poke out your corners really good. So I don't know if I want to use this color or this. I think I'm gonna go with this one. This and this. So I just put the rope through the two casings and came back on the other side, and now I'm just trying to even out the rope so I can put it through the grommets. And I just used the same rope from that Balenciaga bag. I don't use that bag anyway. It just came with a pair of tennis shoes. So you just put the rope through the grommets and give it a good knot so it doesn't come through. Yeah, and you just do the same thing on the other side for the other backpack string.
Because I plant the seed in my girlfriend's head that I'm playing some sort of game.
But Ron, you said it.
Why are you running with it?
All I'm saying, I'm not running with nothing.
So for the next one, this is a placemat or a rug. To be honest, I don't know if it's a placemat or a rug. It doesn't look big enough to be a rug, but I'm just gonna, this is like the easiest. I'm just gonna take this little leftover fabric that I had, and this right here is a stabilizer that's really, really thick. I mean, it's super thick. So it's gonna give it like that structure. But to be honest, I've done this before, and this is like the easiest. I don't even put a closure on this bag. You can just throw stuff in it, and it can be a statement piece, you know, clutch, like large clutch. But yeah, this is like the easiest. You just line up the stabilizer, same thing with the lining, sew up the side. So now you're going to fold the purse in half and just sew down the side seams. I sewed right under the frayed edge just so it wouldn't be real stiff to open. Kind of helps with the opening. And then you're done. So I got this white tee from All Saints. I love the back design of it. Marking about 1 inch from each side of the collar to cut out the collar. And we'll do about 2 inches under the armpit. Marking off where I'm going to crop the shirt. You'll want to try on your shirt to see where you want to crop it. It's totally personal preference. So you'll want to cut out one sleeve. So I actually cut the collar way too big. I realized that I shouldn't have cut both sides at the same time. I should have actually only cut the collar off. It just, cutting that front and back the same, it just made it way too big. So you want to fold the shirt right down the middle and flatten it out really, really good, because you want to copy the exact way that you cut out the other arm and just trace and cut out this arm as well. Now, keeping it folded in half, you want to go ahead and cut your bottom off. So this elastic is what's going to cinch in the arm. So you want to pin down your casing at about 1 inch on each armhole and sew it down. Alright, so now we're going to add a safety pin to this elastic and pull it through and then sew it down and secure it. I love the sleeves like this. I did cut that neck too big though. I'm pissed about that. But you just got to turn under the neck now, and I used a twin needle and sewed all the way around. So underneath the arm you want to cut slits. I left about 1 inch. I went up higher than what I'm showing right here. I left only about 1 inch underneath the underarm. And then you want to sew down the slits. Alright, so after you get the casing done, we're going to turn up the bottom. And we're going to make casing for that as well. I turned it up about 2 inches on the bottom one, using what we cut off the bottom of the shirt to crop it. So the strips that you cut, basically it just depends on how much you want to scrunch it and how long you want the strings to hang down. So these jeans right here we're going to turn into a skirt. I got these jeans from a brand named Pinko. So basically I'm cutting up the inseam all the way around. You can choose to seam rip this, but I just think it's easier to cut right up the seam. And then you want to cut the crotch almost right up to where the zipper starts. Not quite all the way, but leave maybe about 1/2 inch from the zipper. You want to turn your jeans inside out and lay them flat where the back side is laying flat. We're going to cut that butt part off. The little corner. Not the corner, but you know, the butt. We're cutting the butt out of them so we could sew up the back so it can lay more like a skirt instead of jeans. You know what I mean. So you want to turn the jeans right side out facing the front, and we're going to turn in the split, and then we're going to top stitch where the curve is and the very front of the skirt. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about right there? We're going to top stitch that part. Time for my favorite part, the styling. So here's the bag. I did end up putting the little distress part on the front of the bag. So just giving an up close on the shirt. I should have scrunched that in a little better in the back. But I did end up putting this sheer Ghani top underneath of it. And I just love the skirt with this. I'm going to scrunch that back a little bit better. I don't think I scrunched it good enough. And here's the pumps that I wore with it from Zara. Boom. So I love the colors of this. I also turned the shirt around so the graphics on the outside. I should have kept that jacket on because this bag goes with it too.